you know you can pay for a lifetime registration of a domain name? We're all used to having to renew our .com or .net or .org domains, but there's actually a registrar out there that's letting you pay one fee and have access to that domain for life. I had to know, what are the catches? What does it cost? Does this make sense for everyone? How does this even work? Those are the questions I'm answering in this video, so let's get right into it. So the domain name system is different from any other system. When you have access to a domain name, you're actually leasing it from the registry. In other words, it's impossible to own a domain name. I cannot buy myname.com and own it. Impossible. I'm leasing it, and that's why we're used to paying for a domain every year to whatever company we choose to use. Epik stepped onto the scene attempting to solve this problem. They said, hey, wait a second, maybe we can't offer a lifetime domain in the sense of we give you the domain and it's yours, but what if there's a product we could do where we're just gonna keep renewing it for life? And I had so many questions. What are the stipulations of this? What does life mean? Is it my life? Is it the lifetime of the product according to Epik? Is it as long as Epik's in business? How does this even work? I reached out to Epik with my questions, and they said that a lifetime domain basically means as long as Epik is in business. So it's not tied to you in your lifetime. It's not even tied to the lifetime of the product. More on that later. Epik says as long as they are in business, they are agreeing to keep renewing your domain name. As it stands today, Epik is charging about $8.99 per year to renew a .com domain. For their lifetime .com product, they're charging about $400 for life. That's about 44 years worth of Epik's current pricing, and that's not accounting for price increases that are sure to happen over the years. After doing some analysis, I think Epik has to be taking a loss on this product. If they think they're gonna be in business for longer than 44 years, they're definitely taking a loss. But I really wonder if you would get more than 44 years out of this product anyway. What if Epik goes out of business? Is there something hidden in the terms of service that allows Epik to pull the plug at any time and shut down your domain name? The answer is yes, but Epik states the following in their terms of service. The user acknowledges that Epik may cancel the forever registration at any time for any reason, provided that Epik notifies the user via email and provided that the user receives a full refund of the price originally paid for the forever registration. So I'm really surprised by the terms of service. Epik is basically stating we're gonna host your domain as long as possible, but if we're ever unable to host it at any point in the future, we're gonna give you a full refund for the entire amount paid for the lifetime domain. So if they hold your domain for 20 years and they say we can't do this anymore for whatever reason, you get that full $400+ back that you paid 20 years ago. That's impressive, and that just goes to show you how much Epik cares about this lifetime product. They're really trying to be fair to the customer and say, we're so passionate about this product and we're so excited about trying our best to offer you a lifetime domain that if we ever can't fulfill that in the future, you get all your money back because we don't want you to feel like you got cheated. And that's really commendable. I think what Epik is doing here is honestly mind-blowing. One thing to consider is that your domain is stuck at Epik as long as you want that lifetime benefit. If you ever transfer it to another registrar at any time, you're forfeiting that lifetime benefit. Epik is no longer responsible for the domain, and even if you transferred it back to Epik later, they are still not going to carry on the lifetime benefit, so you have to keep your domain name at Epik. If you ever decide 5 or 10 years down the road that you're just not thrilled with Epik's service or their management panel or anything like that, you really only have two choices. Either put up with it and deal with it, or transfer your domain out and lose out on that lifetime domain that you paid for. It should also be stated that you can transfer the domain name to another Epik account. So if you wanted to sell the domain name, the buyer can just create a free account with Epik, you can transfer it to their account, they take possession of it, and Epik is going to honor this and continue that lifetime benefit. I don't see many downsides or gotchas to Epik's lifetime domain offering. I think it really boils down to if it's worth the money to you to never have to renew your domain again. Are you really going to need a domain for longer than 40 to 50 years? I know a lot of the first domains that I registered, at the time I thought, man, this is an amazing domain. I'm going to be using this for the rest of my life. And most, if not all of those domains, I don't even register anymore. So if you're buying a domain name for your personal name or brand or business or anything that you're sure is here to stay for the long run, I think Epik's lifetime domain is an interesting value proposition. But if you're eyeing a domain and you think, man, that's totally awesome, I want to have this domain for life, maybe think twice about if you really think you're going to be using it in 20 or 30 or 40 years. So does the value of a lifetime domain make sense for most people? I don't think so. But is Epik offering a great product that's generally free from gotchas? Yes. It's also worth noting that Epik offers two types of lifetime domains, a forever registration and a resilient registration. The forever registration is the simple pay for it once, never renew it again deal. It's very easy to understand. The resilient offering is a little bit more complex. It's more expensive and it offers features from BitMitigate, a company also owned by Epik. As I understand it, BitMitigate is a CDN, a security firewall, a caching system, and all sorts of different security and speed features to use on your website. I personally don't think this is worth the extra price. It seems like it's basically double the cost, and when there's free services out there like Cloudflare that do a great job at protecting your website and offering speed benefits, I would not pay the extra money for the resilient registration. I would just stick with the forever option if you're gonna buy a lifetime domain. So what do you think of lifetime domains? Would you be willing to spend $400+ on a lifetime domain? And would you be willing to do that at Epik? Or would it have to be at a different domain registrar? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like this video, do be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss when I release new videos. With that said, I will catch you guys next time.